Welcome to video 9 of Learning C++. In this video we will learn about functions. So what is a function in C++? A function is a localized bit of code that does a specific function or a bit of behavior and can optionally return a value, much like functions in mathematics. A function can have variables of its own in its stack, or it can have variables that were passed into it from whoever called it as arguments. So we've mentioned before how main is a function and it has a stack. And that stack is a space of memory in which all of its variables go. But you can have other functions with other names, and when they are called from another function, such as main, their memory space is stacked on top of the one before it. Like this. And not only is it its own memory space, but it's its own scope. So it does not, code within the new function can't access variables from the function before it, except when done explicitly. Let's see what that looks like in C++. So here we've defined our main function, but we've also defined a few other functions. We define a function called +1. It returns an integer and takes one integer argument called x. We also have a function called -1, which returns void, which just means that it does not return anything. It takes an integer pointer as its argument called x. Finally, to demonstrate passing by value versus passing by reference, we have a third function called ×2, which is void, and takes in a single argument of type integer called x. Main assigns to variable a the output of +1 given an argument of 1. So this will jump the execution of the code to the code under the +1 function, passing 1 as the value for x. It will return x plus 1, which we would expect to be 2, and assign that to a. Next, we assign 1 to b, and we pass a pointer to b into -1. So execution will jump to -1. It will set the value of the dereferenced pointer to whatever its value was, -1. This, we expect, will set the value of b to 0. This is what's known as passing by reference, because we're using a pointer and referencing the memory that we want to change. Below is an example of passing by value. We take c, initialize it to 1, and pass it into the ×2 function. Now while the function looks like it should double the value and set the value to 2, we'll see that it doesn't because we're passing by value. This variable is a copy of whatever is passed in when you pass by value. So let's build. Run. So, as expected, the output is 2, 0, and 1, not 2, 0, 2. Our next video will be an assignment about functions.